Hi guys, welcome to the world of Pierre. I'm Pierre and today I want to tell you why over the last 10 years I stopped building computers and buying PCs and I switched to Apple. I'm gonna give you 4 good reasons. Let's start.
Crazy mother.
So I love computers and I was very lucky because when I grew up I always had a computer in my house. I started with the Alice, then I had Atari 800 XL, then an Amiga 2000, then a few computers with Windows 3.1, then Windows 95, and eventually I got my first Voodoo 3DFX graphics card and it just blew my mind. Games like Turok or Pods would look unbelievable, way better than all the games that you could see on console. And this is the day I actually fell in love with PC gaming. Then I got a 3DFX2, a 3DFX3, that was a big mistake, and then I switched to GeForce. And since then I've been building a lot of computers and with a lot of new graphics cards or processors. But in 2008 something changed. Apple released a MacBook Pro with an Intel processor. And I was in a period of my life where I didn't want a fat tower, glowing tower on my desk. I was looking for something super sleek. And that's one of the first reasons why I moved to Apple, the design. So the material used, the build quality, the lines, the little details, the screen resolution, the cooling, the hardware is gorgeous. Apple showed the industry that you could design something super sleek and yet very powerful. And back in 2008, the MacBook Pro came with a discrete NVIDIA card, and that just, blew my mind. The idea that you could get something sleek but also do some gaming was a revolution for me. And every year I try to go back to PC. I go online, I look at the best reviews, I spend a lot of time looking at all the specs. I finally find the one I want, go to a shop, buy it, unbox, install my games, and then I'm very disappointed. So I always take it back to a store and then get a refund and buy a Mac. I think the expression I'm looking for is, once you go Mac, you never go back. And last year I was seriously considering getting the Surface Studio from Microsoft. It is one of the best looking all-in-one out there and it's a serious competitor for the iMac. But to get a version with a 4 gig graphics card, you need to spend 6,500 Australian dollars. It's actually double the price of the iMac. That's not good. Which brings me to the second reason, the price. And yes, I said the price, you heard me well. So I'm gonna put a big disclaimer out there. First of all, Apple computers are not cheap. But it's also that some of the models are actually very good value for money. Some computers from Apple are overpriced, like the MacBook Pro, the new 15-inch with the touch bar. It's super expensive, and the touch bar is a gimmick that I personally do not need, and I don't want to spend an extra grand for that. If you take the iMac 2017, the one with the Radeon Pro 580, an 8 gig graphics card, you can get it with the i5 and only 8 gig of RAM. It's actually a very good deal, and if you wait for an offer, they always have offers for Black Friday or JBI5 for 10% off. You can get this computer for nearly 3,000 Australian dollars, and I think it's actually good value for money. So I always have friends that would tell me, you're about to buy another Apple product and install Windows 10 on it. I can probably build a computer for half the price. And this is before checking how much a 5K screen costs. And once you have added all the little accessories, it's actually very difficult to build a computer for half the price. And let's be honest, I really like the design of the iMac. So even though the computer that they're building can be more powerful, I don't mind paying 20% extra for the design. And the third reason is, for me, the choice. And this is the main reason why I switched to Apple. It's the fact that you can install Windows 10 using Bootcamp. So Bootcamp is a free software that is pre-installed on your Mac, and you just need to partition your hard drive. It's very simple, they make it very easy. Partition your hard drive. I usually, over my 2 terabyte, I give 1.8 terabyte to Windows and the rest to Mac OS. And then I can just boot in Windows 10 and I can install all my games, I can play all my Steam games, and it's fantastic. So you get the best of both worlds. You can do a bit of editing with Final Cut, and then you can do a lot of gaming. And I'm talking about serious gaming, you know, PC master race kind of gaming. 1440p, 60 frames per second. And they were able to do this when they launched the new line of MacBook Pro that had Intel processors. You know, the Intel processors, the one they used to make fun and burn. Yeah, that's a bit awkward, isn't it? And last but not least, the fourth reason, the GPU. Apple don't do gaming laptops. They never market their products as gaming laptops or gaming computers. But the GPUs that they use in their computers are very powerful. They use them for video editing and 3D rendering, but they're actually very good for gaming. And you don't need to get the best model to get the best graphics card. So if you get the MacBook Pro, for example, you have to do this. But if you get an iMac, like the one behind me, you can get the i5 with only 8 GB of RAM, and you can still select the Radeon Pro with 580 with 8 GB of RAM. And that's not something you can do with Microsoft. If you want the Surface Studio with the 4 GB graphics card, you're gonna add $2 grand. And that's a lot of money, because you get 32 GB of RAM and you get like a 2 TB SSD. Not that I really need that at the moment. So yeah, Microsoft, it would be good if you could allow people to select the graphics card that they want. So I think this is really Apple's best kept secret, the fact that a lot of the GPUs are very powerful and you can use them for gaming. But I hope you enjoyed this video and this video was useful. If you're thinking of buying a PC or all-in-one PC, well, check out the offering from Apple. It's not as expensive as you think it is, and some of the GPUs are very, very impressive. Thumbs up if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe, and if you have a question, put it in the comment section below. I'll be very happy to answer. I'll see you very, very soon. Goodbye. Yeah, and then I'll just put you.
Sorry, I'm fat.
What are you doing, guys? It's like, no, I'm pushing the chair. That's crazy.
But this is in the video.